Hey friends, it's Jenny, and I'm here to do my wrap-up for June 2025. I'll have to count them while we're here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 layouts, and actually from one that I'm not going to show you yet. Actually 4 that I'm not going to be able to show you yet. 3 are for the July Inspire box, so I won't be showing those until the end of July. And 1 is for this week's A Cherry on Top sketch. So I figure if I include it in my wrap-up, then it, you know, the challenge isn't until July 2nd, so figure you can wait on that one. But anyway, let's go ahead and go through what I've got here. So this is a double page layout. There is no video tied to it. This is an Echo Park Splash collection, Splish Splash. I don't know where it's at, but coming down to the ends of the pieces there's actually, this title is from a Simple Stories summer collection. These little peoples here are from a Pebbles collection, but all the paper is from Bella Boulevard. The chipboard pieces are all from the Bella Boulevard collection. The acrylic pieces here, so there's one here and there's one here, those are from Bella Boulevard. So these are just some fun photos of these are Quinn's cousins that they met at the pool one day last year, so I'm just getting them documented. And this was her on the way home. It was a long hot day and they had a great time. The kids, as long as they have something to do, everybody gets along swimmingly, as you can imagine. It's when they're sitting around and then they think about picking on each other and all that kind of stuff. But when they're like swimming or have an activity they're doing, they're great. They get along great. They're happy to be together, and that's just the way it is. But this is a layout. I actually just made this yesterday when I was on a Zoom with my friend Scylla from Choice Bits of Bliss. We were just scrapping together. I also made this layout yesterday using a collection. This is the Be Happy collection from Doodlebug. Yep, it's called Be Happy. I included this in my what I'm going to use over the summer kit. The layout was inspired by a sketch from Scrapbook Generation that I can't share because it was paid content. It was actually from a 2-pager and I just converted it, used the half of the page. All the paper is from everything on here is from that collection. These are actually 2-inch circles that are cut in half to make the border around the side. The background paper along with this paper is a petite print from the Be Happy collection, and basically this paper here, this grid, this is the back of it, so I just gutted it and then turned it around to use it. Just the one 4x6 photo of the girls. Now this is from last August, so Josie was just about a month old, but the look on her face here, like laying with Quinn, is like Quinn telling her a story or something. Like, just her look is like, are you kidding me? Just so cute. And again, this collection has the bees and the bears in it, so that's my Quinny bee and my Josie bear. And I did stitching on this. Now my friend Melanie from She Said Scrapper told me about a Tim Holtz ruler that I did end up purchasing to help me hopefully get straighter lines. There is still some user error. I'm going to have to try to remember to decide to stitch on things before I put everything down, because obviously going over the ephemera here or things that I have popped up, it was kind of a little bit tricky. And other than that, I do love it. I've got some puffies on here. We've got ephemera on here. This is Doodlebug Chunky Twine. I've also got some enamel dots. So this is just one I made just while I was sitting here creating with my friends. I got a doodle pop here, so I love it. I think it's adorable. Here's another one I made. I know I shared it, but I can't remember. I think this may have been a Bramble Fox sketch from International Scrapbook Weekend, but I don't remember. But this was the Hello collection. Hello Again collection from Doodlebug. I again did some stitching on this one and used the 3 papers, lots of ephemera, as well as, you know, making sure that I put dimension under wings and things like that. But I believe there was a video for this one. Another Doodlebug, the Be Happy collection. This was again a sketch inspired from from Scrapbook Generation, Allison. So there's the stitching, and these are just, you know, pieces of paper, and this is a petite print, but then this is I gutted a piece of paper here, and that was just a sweet photo of Amanda, my daughter, when she was in her rear view mirror. She could see both of the girls sleeping, so sweet. This there was a video on. This is a combination of 2 Bella Boulevard kits that I'm trying to finish up. One is You Are My Sunshine, and the other one is My Candy Girl. I can happily say I've got 1 full piece of paper and scraps left. A lot of candy type embellishments because Quinn doesn't eat candy. She just doesn't eat sweets. So we'll see. I did color the alphas here. They were white, and I went ahead and inked the top and the bottom. So the chipboard art is from those collections. Everything here is this was a scrap. The tails were scraps. This was the full piece of paper, and then I put this on the bottom here. And yeah, there was a video on this one, You Are My Sunshine. This was using my collection obsession kit for the month of June 2025. All of the paper is from that collection except for the white background here. I used Scrappin Happy Studio Flair. This rainbow is from Ellie's Studio, along with these tags and this heart. The gems are from Pink Fresh Studio. This little house here is from Freckled Fawn. So quite a few manufacturers on this one. As I've talked about recently, when I'm buying some of the collection kits, I'm only buying the kit and planning to use things that I already have in my inventory to go ahead and supplement. So Bramble Fox title, a geotag here that was from Bramble Fox. So not Bramble Fox, but Freckled Fawn. Stickers, Pink Fresh Studio. So there's that one. Now the next 3, you would have just seen if you watched my video from yesterday. These are from the June 2025 Scrapbooking Fanatics Inspire Box. The Inspire Box is from Scrapbooking Fanatics. They are in Canada. It is a kit club, and they send me collections monthly for me to design with. This was the Echo Park Firefly collection, and I just think it's adorable. I mean, the collection itself, the colors in it are just so pretty, and I like what I was able to come up with. You'll notice here I've got my gemmies on the flowers, and this is 3 different papers that I just made panels, and there's a frame around it. There's some chipboard and stickers and tags and twine. But this is Josie's 9-month photos, and they went to a field that the photographer found that had all these beautiful purple flowers in there. So there's that. Here's another one. Now this is an old photo from when Georgie here, that's my son, he was probably about 8 or so years old. We used to go to this little house in Michigan. We would rent the cabin for actually my old job. They actually rented it out for the summer and let employees choose a week to go, which was very generous and kind of them. And this is my niece and nephew. They would come meet us up there for, you know, the weekend. We'd stay up for their week, and it was just a lot of fun. But this again is using a lot of things from the collection. There's stickers and ephemera and chipboard, and just the sweetest little photo of them out in the nighttime I don't know what they were playing. I mean, it looks like they could be playing Ring Around the Rosie, but who knows? They just always laughed. Always, always good times. So this paper here is also this paper here, so that was gutted. There's that. And then this was the last one. While they took, when, oh, I think he was right there. When Josie got her 9-month photos done, they also got photos done of Quinn from her kindergarten graduation, and plus they had 6 sister pictures done. But what I did with this one is I tore some strips of paper, and all of these that you see here are a combination of, I think they were all ephemera. This is a sticker, there's a sticker, there's chipboard amongst everything, but I went ahead and I inked them up very lightly, and I printed the photo in black and white, and I just thought it was the sweetest thing. So again, a gutted piece of paper. But there you go. This is a solid that I used. No, it's not. It was a piece of, it was from the cut aparts. So I loved this saying, if God can make a bug's bottom light up, just think what he can do for you. Something to ruminate on. Now the next few were from Cherry on Top sketch challenges. This one again used Doodlebug. This was my April collection obsession kit, and it was using the Fairy Garden and Hello Again from Doodlebug. I've got Scrappin Happy Studio Flair. We've got Doodle Pops. I used on here, not only did I use some jemmies, I also used some pearls, perfect pearls, and I also used a stencil and some ink splotching, a title from Bramble Fox again, as well as This Beautiful Day is from Bramble Fox, but combined several things to make this layout. These branches I cut with a die and kind of piece them together how I want them, and I was going to cut out flowers, but all of these flowers are still left from the Fairy Garden kit, so I decided to use those. This was another a Cherry on Top sketch challenge. This is using my collection obsession from June. So again, this was the second layout I did with the Little Things Mean a Lot collection. This was just a paper clip that I made. I used some stenciling back here with some paste. I've got some Scrappin Happy Studio Flair. All 3 of these are from there. I used an Elizabeth Craft die to make the bee here. Bramble Fox title, a heart punch that I used on there, and of course there's some inking and stickers and all that fun stuff, but this is just, my daughter Elizabeth lives in Florida, and Quinny just loves her. So Liz lived here when she was born, and she was here until Quinny was almost 2. So Quinny misses her a lot. So just like me, they FaceTime and stuff like that, but when she's here, it's all about Aunt Liz. So that was that one. This was a Cherry on Top sketch. As I'm looking, it's like, what the heck? There's a piece of glue on there. This is using the Simple Stories Zoo Adventures collection. And again, strips of paper. And I think some of these might be from 6x6 pad. We've got the border around here. This is a piece of chipboard. We've got some enamel, they're called brads, but they're not brads. There's no tying on them. There's chipboard and puffies and all kinds of fun stuff on this one. But this was the day they went to the zoo, and this canoe represents Quinn's ancestors were in there one day. That's at least what she told her mom. But this was just a day when it's August 21st. So Josie was just about a month old, and it was just some time for Amanda to spend some one-on-one time together. I also used some perfect pearls on here. So quite a bit of, lots of fun. Oh, I can get rid of this. And then this one was last week's A Cherry on Top sketch challenge. This is using my Making with the Manufacturer kit, which was, this is my little shoebox. And there's a few different papers. I fussy cut all these flowers and then use the perfect pearls on them, along with some gems in the center and some Scrappin Happy Studio flair, as well as some Heidi Swapp gold color shine and a ticket punch. That's right, I took out my ticket punch for this. So for this month, let's talk a little bit about some stats here. I cut into 54 pieces of paper. I completed all 5 weeks of a Cherry on Top sketch challenge. I made 5 layouts just to create, just to have fun and play with my paper. I actually made 6 layouts for the Scrapbooking Fanatics Inspire box. So that was the 3 for July, which you haven't seen yet, and those 3 for June. I made 1 for my manufacturer, making with the manufacturer. I made 1 for my series I do with my friends, 4 Gals 4 Sketches, so you haven't seen that one yet. And I made 1 using my summer kit. I cut into 12 different collections. I used 2 rolls of ATG tape. It looks like 17 layouts altogether. And for as far as tools, when I use dyes, I use liquid pearls, I use Nuvo Mica Mist. I was stitching on some layouts. I use embossing paste, I use stencils, color shine, and stamping. So I actually put a lot of, I put a lot out there to use a lot, and I'm very happy with what I've done. Now I will probably be crafting a little bit today, so that'll just go into my July stats, and that's fine. But I just wanted to do my little wrap up. A lot of Scrappin Happy Studio got used this month, which is great, along with Bramble Fox, so I'm happy about that. An older collection, definitely. Like I said, I've got dyes in there, and stitching's going to be in here, and we've got a craft-a-lanch happening, and that's okay. But I'm happy with everything that I came up with this month. Let me know if you like these types of videos, if you like watching wrap-ups. Sorry about the continued knocking over the ATG gun there. And please like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your kind words. I am grateful that you choose to spend some time with me, more than you know. So God bless, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.